Hello, friends. I am back with round 2 of the amazing 1,000+ book estate sale that I went to. And we're going to just start off with the books. So if you didn't see the backstory on this sale, go check out my last haul video and you can learn all about it. So these are the only books that I kept, aside from the one that I showed you in the last video. Hang on a second. I've got the garbage is overflowing. Shocker. I need to just invest in a bigger garbage can. Okay. So, I have probably 70 or more books that are coming to the live sales that are similar to what I'm showing you right now. But those you'll see in the reels that I do, usually either the Tuesday morning of our live sales or, the Monday before. So I did pick up, excuse me, for myself again, this Backyard Circus. I've done a journal with this. I loved it. I just love this one. I just think it's just a super cute book. And I think the cover is awesome. So I think I'll just do another little cinch bound book on that. Hoppity Skip I've had before, but I think I've sold it. I don't think I've done a journal. I don't think. But I just think the pages are great. That it was in great condition. So I plan to do a little journal on that. It might have a little bit of a scent. This I think is so cute. So this side is How to Love a Puppy, and this side is How to Love a Boy. And it is orange. And it is a Hallmark book, I believe. Nope, Gibson book. And it's in great shape. It's not written in, but it's got the little story about how to love a boy. And then you flip it over and you learn how to love a puppy. See, Kay's preschool. I just thought that was super cute. So I got that one. This one is a wonder book, and it is What's for Breakfast. I did clean these off once. I mean, like I said, this was a digger's paradise, and right when I walked in, they had a whole area of kids kind of stuff and vintage books, and these were some of them. And these were some of the older ones that were on shelves. Like every room had just tons of books. This is from 1950, but look at these images. Oh, my goodness. That one has a little tear on it. I couldn't resist. I think that the illustrations are so vivid. It's so pretty. That one smells a little vintagey. I probably should put them in my mixture or outside for a while. The Busy book. This iteration of this book I have never had. Now, a lot of these books that I'm showing you all have tape or something around them because I'm sure if they're, they're old. Because this one's from, let's see, 52. And if she then had them in her preschool, I mean, I found paperwork from like the 90s, so who knows how many years these were used. But I had never seen this one, and I just think it's a really cool book. So I want to do a journal with that. Add it to my many thousands of books. I need to do a retreat. And I'm not kidding about this. For myself. I need it to be a week when Dave isn't here. And when I say retreat, I mean a Monday through a Sunday. When the kids aren't here, when Dave isn't here, I need to literally sleep in Landon's bedroom like I'm not at home. Like, pack stuff like I'm just going to hole up down here in the basement. Pack food, I'll bring all my food down to the basement fridge and just stay here for a week and just craft nonstop. Don't do any videos. Don't do any work. It'd be like my vacation. Because I would really rather do that when I was here. This one, I don't know what this is. Oh, little Bobo. Little Bobo with no cover. So this is a cutter for sure. And that's, I think, why I kept this, because I wouldn't probably sell this one. So I'll put this in with my, I'm not making a video. I'm not making a journal with that, but I may use the pages. Please come to my party. I loved this one. I wish that this wasn't, you know, in such bad shape, but I think I can save it. But again, the images in this are just so pretty. The mailman came to Larry's house on sunny days, rainy days, snowy days, and blowy days. Please come to my party. I just think this would be a great... What I think this would be really cool to make into is like I did for my very favorite journal of all time that I did, the interactive one, for either like a first birthday party or, you know, as a guest book and, you know, make places so people could put their cards in it for a child. I think it would be really cute. Baker Bill. Why did I get Baker Bill? Oh, because I just think this would be a cool cookbook journal. This is from 64. Well, this is from the Traveling Library of the state of Iowa. I wish that wouldn't have been there because it's really actually pretty images. But 1953. It's time for breakfast. Bill's Bakery is filled with people. Give me a dozen nice rolls. A loaf of fresh bread, please. Mary and Maggie. Harvey's there. He works at Bill's. I just think this would make such a fabulous journal. See, there's the back of it. Isn't that cute? So I thought that one was unique. Why did I keep this one? I have this one. Oh, this one, it's also been reinforced. You know why I kept this one? Because I do not think I've ever kept this for myself. I've sold this many, many a times, but I don't think I have one for myself. So I did keep this one. That's why. And it's not, I mean, the cover is not that great, but this is a Corrine Malvern illustrated book. Look at this one. I had never seen this one again. This is a Wonder book. This is Little Golden Book, and this one is just random. And this one, I'm assuming, is Little Golden Book. Maybe it is Wonder Book. Let's see. Can we tell? I want to know now. This is not a Little Golden Book. It's either... Doesn't say. But it's by Avon Publications. Oh, the Jolly Book. There you go. The Make-Believe Parade. I personally haven't seen this one, but you can probably tell that this is an Louise Wilkin book. You'll have to, excuse me, if I'm getting sick, I'm really going to be upset with my husband. However, I really think that it is, we all have allergies, because now I've started to, like, sniff and snuff. Now, these pages are not in good shape, but I do think that the cover is salvageable, and then I can fussy cut the rest. Okay, this is a Whitman Big Telltale. And it is from 1967. So, yes, it was before, you know, I was born. However, it just reminds me of, like, the 70s. And so I just think it has huge potential. Very simple. It's all, like, embroidery pictures that then they turned into the alphabet. Look at the mouse and the... M is for mouse, who's nibbling a noodle. O is for owl, looking down at a poodle. So I just thought that was super cute. Now, these two books were two that were read over and over and over and over at my house growing up. My brother and I read these all the time. I think this was his book and this one was mine. But I do not know what I'm going to do with them. I don't think that my mom still has ours. This came out in 1968. but it was one of my very favorites. So I think I'm just going to just keep them. But I don't see these very often. And I don't think I've ever seen this one in the wild. I've seen this one and did not buy it, and I kind of kicked myself. So, this is a fun book. This is from 1969. But, of course, you know, you have to read it like hand, fingers, thumb. One thumb, drumming on a drum. One hand, two hand, drumming on a drum. Dum diddy, dum diddy, dum dum dum. Rings on fingers, rings on thumb. Drum, 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 drum. That's how we read it. And so on and so forth. So, they're not in the most fabulous of shapes, but I had to have them. There you go. And then last but not least, I love the All Around Us books, which on my shelf I have several. I have one that's been cut, so I think this one I will probably just keep in my collection because it is, I just like this. I just think they're really cool, and this is in great shape. So this will probably go along with those Dr. Seuss books. I did pick up this. Now, I've never bought one of these before because I think that's kind of silly. Like, what? Do you really need a hole punch that's just going to punch 2 holes in the same spot? And then I was like, well, the reason that they have them is for, let me just show you. Oh, I might have these all neatly organized and won't be able to get to them. Where did I put those? Did I not keep them in my... Oh, that's weird. No, oh, I bet they're in my other cabinet. All right, well, let me just show you. The reason I got this is, first of all, it works like a dream. And it would actually be nice to make notebooks. So you could just punch it, each page or all your pages together. But what it's intended for is the, you guys have seen me use those quite a bit. The silver paper, you know, you put the holes through here and then put the thing on top of it. And it makes it into, and you fold them down and then slide the little thing across it. I cannot remember. Paper fasteners, we're just going to call them, is what they're intended. But I think this will go cute with my collection of my, I mean, we'll use it for art, right? And it will go right above me with all my stamps and all of those good things, my antique and vintage stamps. So that's why I bought that. And it works pretty well. So even though it's dusty and dingy. But I also picked up, I picked up two of these tots, the Swingline tots. These would be equivalent to the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. So if you ever see one of these, it's really little, pick it up. So there you can see. So that's a small staple. And then let me show you the difference so you can kind of gauge it. There's a large staple. So it's quite a bit bigger. I think the Tiny Attacher might be even a little bit smaller, but I love mine. I have mine sitting over here, so I think I'm going to put this in my travel bag because I don't have one in my travel bag. So that's where that's going to go. And then they had, oh, I didn't look. These might be big. Nope, they're the little ones. So I'll stick these. This is the old. Well, maybe I'll just keep this on my shelf with like that little thing. And I have new ones. They still make the stamps. I did get, there was a Scotch box. I think I already put it on my shelf. And these little screws were in here. So I can use these. These are the kind of screws to use for, like that you can put into like little wood blocks and then turn them into charms. This is Judd Cadmolite. It's supposed to look like a little person, I guess. I don't know what this little thing is that it's on, but it's cute. I got some old penny rolls. I thought I had a whole thing of, no, they weren't old, they're newer, but I don't know what I did with them. This was in a drawer as well. I did a lot of digging in drawers. So I got some old Dennison labels. These are all, I'm bringing some of these to the live sale, but these were just they were all together. And I cut these pieces of the front covers off, so I'll repurpose and use those. But these are just from 87, 88. They're just receipt books, but I think they're really cute to pop in here and there in journals. I'm saving my very favorite thing for last, I think. I think I am. I did get the festival song. This is the issue for Children's Day and contains a new story and song service entitled Chalice of Perfume, 8 pages only. So it's for a complete service, but these are all the songs, and it is very old, 1912, and I just thought it was pretty. Isn't that neat? And then, let's see, I've got some small ephemera and then some big ephemera. Let me show you these first. As I mentioned, she was a preschool teacher. And so I got a box. It was just literally just full of paper. And I'll show you what was in it in my next video. But in part of what was in it were these little pads. And so these are like little tests to get their fine motor skills and things like that. So there's a right and left. Oh my gosh, I'm going to sneeze. This is, must be dusty. This is from 1981, and it's just a program, assignment completion program, and it had these are all the forms that you would then use. So early childhood development kind of things. These are initial interviews for the kiddos, visuals. I just thought these were really great, and I do a lot of what I call school days journals, and so I thought they would be perfect in there. So I think I'm going to put some in bundles as well. An evaluation clinic. So these were, I wonder if these were of each child. I don't know. So there were those. Urbandale is a town. Oh my gosh, something in there made my nose really itchy. Behavior profiles. That must be what all of those are. So these are just, I don't know, fun forms. Face sheet. Oh. And then some other documents. So these are just the pads of forms and such to fill out for evaluations that I pulled out of what will be the next video, which that's going to take a long time because there's a lot of small ephemera in there. And then this, I haven't really honestly looked at it, but I just thought that this was a nice little folder. Not that I can't buy these now, but I thought it was cool. But inside of here is, oh, they're activities for kids. Okay. The egg carton counting game, milk carton train, string swinger, and it tells what age they're for, what's the temperature. You'll need an outdoor thermometer, paper, colors, or markers. Make charts for your child to follow. Hang an outdoor thermometer. Help your child know what clothing to wear by checking his thermometer and charts. The waiting game. Here's a good game for writing in the car or waiting in the doctor's office. You say 3 or 4 numbers or names of animals. Ask your child to repeat what you have just said. Increase the number. Heck, half of these would be fun to just use now, right? Threading beads. Well, this is fun. These will be really fun. I might go through these and be like, I'm going to keep these because they're a good reminder of things I can do when I someday have grandchildren, or when, you know, the littles come over to visit the neighbor kiddos. So I got that. Hang tight. The best is well, my favorite. I mean, you might be like, really, that's your favorite? Okay. These were in a couple of other little things that as I was sorting through, I go through and sort everything and put it in boxes that make sense or in order of how it makes sense, but I don't look through all of it. I've never had Viewmasters until I just got one from Sandy the other day. But these were a bunch of Viewmasters. These are educational. This is like the Eskimos, it says. Christmas Story, Alaska, Mammoth Cave, so on and so forth. So there's a big stack of those, and I was excited because I'll put this in my small ephemera, and now I can officially say that I have a couple of these. This one is the Viewmaster Reel List, so it's got all of the different reels that I assume come with educational ones. And then this, what's this? Oh, this is the Christmas Story. It goes with that. I think that other thing that I saw. So those are those. Those are those. Jeez. Okay, these were more of those pages that came out of... I need to set these aside because we're going to do something with those. That came out with that 4-H... out of that 4-H books. I just got a few little pictures. These are like portraits. These are family, just little things that... And I do a lot with the ones that look like school pictures, so I always try to keep a good stash of those. This is part of, there are more. I'm selling the rest of them. I just kept a couple, but each one of these has, and this was like, oh man, at least this person wrote everything down. But each one of these, it has this family, that he was a minister, and the family preached at Fairview Church. Olin was converted at his service, which must have been one of their children, meeting and joined the church at Fairview. And then this one is this lovely lady, and it says, Molly Swisher, now Mrs. Frank Parcel, my girlfriend. This is Lucy and Olin, married 1893. Pearl's first picture, born September 17th, 1894, we have on our wedding clothes. I mean, how cool is that? And then this tells all about those pictures and the rest that are in there. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. Because I can tell you, from looking through my family's pictures, my mom would agree that people were not that detailed as these folks were. These are all Christmas pictures. You know, I have a collection of Christmas. I think these are all Christmas. Yeah, these are all Christmas. I'm not going to go through all of them because I'm sure you don't want to see all those, but look at that. And these were of the preschool, so I thought that was cute. There's Santa at the preschool. Look at that one with the dog. Okay, I couldn't help but show you all the Christmas ones because those are my favorites. So whenever I look at this, would be maybe Christmas or Thanksgiving. He's carving the turkey. Loved it. The poinsettias. Look at that family. Or family, couple. And off to prom, maybe. So I've already separated these so I can put them away. These are all school-related photos. And I have a lot of them that some of are sororities because I found them from... But these are all preschool. There's some from the 60s. These look like they could be my mom's friends and dad's friends. I loved these. I just thought they were fun. So look at this. Oh, there's one. Oh, maybe I didn't pass it up. Let's hope that I didn't. She's coloring her hair. And they were in sororities. But so I don't know if they were just coloring their hair because then there's this one where they got their curlers in. But these are all like dorm pictures. I loved it. There was one really cute one, and I don't know what happened to it. Maybe that was the one with their curlers. Super fun. Look at that. So I really like these school ones. These are like out on campus. And then these, I'm selling a bunch of these and negatives and such. But these are just some ones that I didn't have, so I kept a few of these for myself. And then finally, nope, not finally, because I got to show you what my favorite thing was. Let me pop this in here so I don't lose these. This little baby book, Here Kitty. I just think this is so cute. This is a golden tiny book from 1966. But this is what I didn't. Okay, so here's how it starts. I did look at this. All right, it goes here, goes here. If somebody understands this, tell me. And now it starts at the beginning. And then it goes through the whole story. So I don't know if it was like a misprint or what, but it's a really cute book. And then lastly, when I went through one of the drawers, it was like the house was like a bungalow stucco house. It had a lot of potential. I mean, Dave and I both said, oh, this would be a cool house to flip because it was just solid and, you know, oak drawers, all built-ins in the living room with glass and built-ins in the hallways. And anywho, there was a whole drawer full of like wrapping, packaging, nothing too exciting. I think I found one or two things, but then I found my favorite yarn, which I was really excited about because I've got some others that I'll show you in a second, but this is, I want to compare it, to be honest. Okay, so this was like yarn tie. It's the same stuff we used in our hair, if you remember, back in the 70s and maybe early 80s. But I have these on. They're the rainbow color. And I wanted to see, because I knew that these were a little bit not quite as thick as these, but as I look at them, they're really not that far off. So that was my very favorite thing that I got at the estate sale. That was a nice little surprise, because I never find this stuff. So I was thrilled. I hope you liked everything that you saw that I found at the thrift store, and come back again because I've got more. I've got one more box full to show you. Tell me what your favorite thing was that you saw. I love to hear your comments. Give me ideas on how I can use some of these things, and we'll see you next time. Until then, remember to take time to just be. Cheers, guys.